Color Outside the Box is a podcast series that focuses on creating a better you. Whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, or careers, we seek to find the answers to help you live your best life. So start your Monday morning off right with me, your hostess with the mostest, Princess Miller, on Color Outside the Box right here on iTunes and everywhere podcasts can be heard. Thank you for tuning in to Color Outside the Box podcast. I am your hostess, Princess Miller, and I just want to tell you a little bit about this podcast. First off, this is my first podcast, believe it or not, my first podcast. And so what I want to do with this series is focus on creating a better you, whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, and careers. I want to help you become a better you. So what I'm going to do is pull together people that are also going through the same things that you may be going through, people that have just recently divorced, or people that may have lost a loved one, or people that are parents that are raising children. And we're just going to have a conversation and touch on some topics that may be near and dear to your heart. I'm just so happy that you have decided to listen to this podcast. But first off, let me tell you a little bit about me. I'm 40 years old. I'm a mother. I'm a wife. Been married for about 15 years. I have two beautiful children. I have a girl and a boy, and I had my first child. Well, actually, I got married when I was 24. Had my first child when I was 27, and my second child at 28. So imagine that, almost pregnant for 2 years straight. And so I was a TV producer working with a local cable affiliate here, and decided at the age of 33 that I would go back to school and obtain a second degree. So I went back to school, actually started a business when I was 31, and been doing that business ever since then. It has grown. Shouts out to Princess Creative Productions. First off, sidebar here, Princess Creative Productions offers marketing and video production services to businesses that are in need of just marketing assistance, period, whether it's video productions, photography, website design, graphic design, social media management, event promotions. We can help. So if you are in the need of those services, you have a business, mainly I work with small to mid-sized businesses who don't have a large budget but need assistance in helping establish their brand and grow their customer base. That's where Princess Creative Productions can come in and help. And so we offer these services. If you need those services, please reach out to me. My number is 251-421-4490. Or you can visit me online at www.princesscreativeproductions.com. I would love to hear from you. Love to hear what your business is doing, what it is that you what your goals are, where you're trying to take your business, and I can definitely help with that. But back to the program. So, Color Outside the Box podcast. So, as I was telling you, 40-year-old, married 15 years, 2 kids, and I live a very busy life, whether it's working in my church, dealing with kids and sports, or just simply being a wife and trying to maintain the hecticness of running a business, being a wife, being a mother, being that supportive sports parent, as well as working in the church. So as you can see, that's a lot to deal with. And what I found was years ago, life was much simpler. You didn't have as much to do as you have now. It seems like there's not enough time in the day to get done everything that you're obligated to do. And 9 times out of 10, it takes 3 to 4 incomes in order to make it these days. And if you think about most celebrities back in the day, if you were a movie star, that's it. The only thing you did was movies. You made your fortune and you did well. Well, these days you are a movie star and you're a music artist and you are a business person. And so even the rich have found that it takes multiple incomes in order to make it. So we're going to talk about, some of these things that we that's going on in our society, the things that we're dealing with that may not be an open forum to talk about, whether it's issues that people of color face, things that women are going through, things that men are going through, because this show is mainly for women. I do want to reach out to the men. I do want to have some male guests. So each month we're going to have a different guest to come on the show. And the goal of the show is to talk about 3 to 4 topics that will last throughout the month. So this will be a 22-minute podcast that new shows will go up every Monday, be uploaded to iTunes, Stitcher, Spreaker. And so we want to make sure that you subscribe to the RSS feed. Like us on social media and get to know all about me, Princess Miller, and the Color Outside the Box podcast. We have so much that we're going to explore. I'm so super excited about this podcast. It's something I've been wanting to do for a couple of years, and just, even though I had the equipment to do it, just did not have the nerve to do it. So I'm so excited now and so focused on growing this podcast. Bringing on people that have a unique perspective that can give you some insight as to how to deal with certain things that may be going on in your life, or things that may even affect some people that are close to you in your life. I invite you to share the podcast, share it online. Send people links, let them listen, because I'm sure that there will be something that we will discuss that will, touch their life. And that's what this podcast is all about. It's all about touching your life. Now, this particular podcast, since it's the intro, I'm not going to take a whole lot of time explaining to you what the format is about, explaining to you what I'm about. I'm pretty simple, pretty much an open book, dealing with bills, dealing with student loans and everything else like everybody else. So again, I want you to make sure that you continue to listen. We're going to take a break right here, and I'll be right back with the Color Outside the Box podcast to talk to you more about this month's guest that's coming up. Very excited to tell you what we're going to be talking about for the rest of the month. So stay tuned.
What's up, everybody? Trey here to tell you about one of the best gym experiences in Mobile, Embrace Fitness Training Center. Embrace Fitness is more than just a gym. We offer personal training, speed and agility training, golf simulator, golf fitness, boot camp classes, childcare, and even powerlifting. We're open Monday through Friday, 5 a.m. to 10 p.m., and Saturday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We love families, and kids are welcome. At Embrace Fitness, we believe that a family that works out together will stay together and live healthier and happier lives. So embrace the new you. We're located on Airport Boulevard near Cody Road. Try Embrace Fitness Training Center today. Your first visit is on me.
Princess Creative Productions can provide affordable and professional video services for small to mid-sized businesses. Our in-studio virtual set shoots start as low as $200. Let our expert get to work on your next video project. Call 251-421-4490 to book your next shoot.
And we're back, and thank you for tuning in to the Color Outside the Box podcast with your hostess, Princess Miller. Again, I just want to thank you for tuning in to my first podcast. Yes, my first podcast, and sorry about that. But as I stated, we're going to talk about the guest that's coming up. This month, what I like to do is every single month, I want to have one guest on the show, one guest so that we can carry out the topics. How many times have you been watching a talk show and they have that person on for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and they're gone? But there's so much more the conversation can go, and they don't have a chance to finish out what they have to talk about. So what I want to do is one guest per month as their schedule permits. And we're just going to take a didactic look at various different topics. So Our first guest coming up this month will be Olympia Clopton. Olympia is a licensed social worker here in the state of Alabama. She has worked with domestic violence victims. She has worked with the Department of Human Resources, what we call here in our state, DHR. Basically, if you know who DHR is, you know that deals with social worker and family issues as it relates to children. So she's going to talk about some career things, but she also is going to talk about some relationship things. Olympia is she's a divorcee. She is currently single. And so we're going to talk about some of the issues that singles face in this day and age, because dating is not like it used to be back in the day. Back in the day, it was very hard for people to mask their true nature. And so with social media, with these dating apps, there are so many people out there that are logged on to these sites, and they are being taken advantage of. You know, they're being killed, they're being attacked, they're being raped. And so we're going to talk about some of those issues, as well as deceivers. I think that needs to be two different conversations. We have deceivers out there. Again, those are the people that are hunting others that are single, looking, to settle down, and they pretend to be the best thing since sliced bread. Whatever your desire is in a mate, they become. And then after they have been with you for so long, after they have married you, they turn into something totally different. And so we'll talk about that as well. And then we also want to talk about her relationship with the Lord and how that plays a part in her career, how that plays a part in dating. And we're just going to have a good time. So we're going to be taking a look at those particular issues with Olympia Clopton. Those shows will be coming up in the next couple of episodes of Color Outside the Box podcast. So excited that you have joined us. You can check us out on iTunes, on Stitcher, and Spreaker. And coming soon will be the Color Outside the Box website. So excited about the things that I have in store for this podcast. So excited about getting to hear from you. If you would like to be a guest on the show, or if you have a topic, reach out to me at colormeoutsidethebox@gmail.com, or you can definitely give us a call at 251-219-0387. Guys, thank you for joining me today on Color Outside the Box podcast. I'm Princess Miller. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Color Outside the Box is a podcast series that focuses on creating a better you. Whether it's advice about family, relationships, raising children in this technological world, marriage, or careers, we seek to find the answers to help you live your best life. So start your Monday morning off right with me, your hostess with the mostest, Princess Miller, on Color Outside the Box right here on iTunes and everywhere podcasts can be heard.